Hope everybody's doing well. I'm kicking myself right now because I started the stream and I forgot to change the settings on YouTube to be extra low latency. So now it's just normal latency. So now there's like a not a huge delay, but there is a delay. You know, I had it down to just a few seconds the other day playing Pal World. So anyway, it is what it is. All right, getting back into Metroid Prime on the Prime hack here. Make sure my volume's up so I can hear what's going on. I gotta remember how to... Oh, I forgot I could do this. I can aim. I gotta remember how to change my weapon. I remember figuring that out last time. What was it? It was... Sorry, I'm only doing this now because it just started and no one's here. Whatever, we'll figure it out. Here we go. Oh wait, I think I remember now. It's... Bring up the scan visor. And then... I don't know. Tiny detail that I always noticed and always appreciated was, so with the wave beam, like if I hit all, get really close, oh wait, I missed it, hang on. Okay, so I get really close to it, but if only one of the, so it shoots 3 bolts, right? I'm pretty sure each bolt has its own hitbox, and damage output, so I'm pretty sure that if all 3 hit an enemy or destructible, then it registers, but if only 1 or 2 hits it, then it takes less damage. I don't know, it's just that's a cool detail that they put in, whereas like, it makes sense, if all 3 hit, you're gonna get more damage. We're entering into the Space Pirate base, our first Space Pirate base. I will say, again, like, the combat in this game is fun. It is a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. It's not bad. You know, Metroid Prime is not a run and gun type of game. I did really enjoy the combat in Metroid Prime 4, even though it felt kind of unfinished. I felt like they could have done a lot more to polish it up and make each beam more useful. Okay, let's see if I can do it. Yeah, see, only one of my beams is hitting that box, so it takes longer to explode. But here, if I just do boom, it's all at one. Anyway, nice small detail there. Yeah, I thought because Prime 4 was so combat heavy, like it was very clear they were trying to emulate Halo. I felt like they could have done more with the different beams and make them situational like they do in Metroid Prime 1. You know, later on we encounter the pirates that can only be damaged by their color. You know, they could have done something like that. But anyway, the real difficulty with Prime, of course, is the Prime games is the navigation and the puzzle solving. It's not, you know, you don't want to play if you're looking for Halo, don't play Prime. You know, do play Prime, Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 for sure, but, you know, you're not going to get that same experience. I guess the combat in this game can kind of serve as like punctuations to the real gameplay, which is navigating the 3D space, and navigating the labyrinth in a 3D space. Like those scripted events right there, where you have to defeat all the enemies before you move on. You know, that adds to it and gives you a chance to really test your fighting abilities. I believe this game was a contemporary to Halo, which is kind of you know, Halo. I was listening to people talk about the new Halo release that just came out, Campaign Evolved, and they were talking about the original Halo and how it just really changed the game. It impacted the first-person shooter space in a huge way. Some say not for the better. Alright, we'll read the pirate data in a second. There's an enemy here that I need to take out. There he is. Chilling out in the ceiling. There's another one here. Oh, there he is. Love how each of the shots have different effects. Alright. Let's read the pirate lore too. There's another one? Whatever, we'll be fine. Our initial tests exposing Talon 4's indigenous parasites to Phazon appeared to be successful. Increases in strength, size, and aggressiveness are common in all the test subjects, as well as the unforeseen evolutions like additional poison sacs within the abdomen and the appearance of a second ring of mandibles in several subjects. These creatures were chosen because of their resilience, and it appears possible that given enough exposure to Phazon, they may one day be able to survive on any planet we transport them to. Our methods will have to be refined. We currently have a 100% extinction rate after the 4th infusion period, and most survivors of the 3rd infusion state are so violent and uncontrollable they have to be euthanized. Even still, we remain hopeful that further experimentation will result in success. I just want to point out that the space pirates in Prime 1 are doing, and Prime 2 and 3 are doing with Phazon what basically the Lemorne did with the green energy. You know, they found the green energy, found that it had the ability to, like, promote growth, and they were like, we like this so much, we're gonna shoot it up into the sky so that it will rain down on our planet. And it kind of had the effect of what Phazon did. Just not in a I guess as the Chozo would call it, a morally evil kind of way. New Game Plus, welcome. Good morning. New Game Plus says science team must have vapor for brains from Metroid Prime 2. Yeah, I regret not reading all the lore from Prime 2 and 3 in my playthroughs. Oh man, we got some nice lore here. Space Pirate encrypted data decoded, most terraformed, and retrofitting of security checkpoints on Talon 4 is complete. But we continue to research the alarming epidemic of breaches by local creatures. Door records show no unauthorized entry, so we must presume the creatures are either slipping in undetected during daily personal moves, or else finding their way through the subterranean tunnels. We have found many small breaches of this latter sort and plug them whenever we can, but it is unlikely that we'll ever achieve full extermination within our current timetable. So I wonder if that, the small breaches and the tunnels, if that's like an in-lore way, an in-universe way of kind of explaining why there might be like tunnels that Samus can use her Morph Ball in. You know, because it doesn't really... It makes sense in the Chozo homeworld that they have Morph Ball tunnels because they can do that. They have power armor and can do Morph Ball like Samus can. But it doesn't make sense in the Space Pirate base that there's tiny places where you can go with the Morph Ball. Because they don't have that technology. There's even a pirate log where they talk about how they try to imitate the Morph Ball technology with not optimal results. Space Pirate data encrypted decoded. Mining operations have begun near the crater. The Phazon appears to be most concentrated. Daily Phazon yields have increased 44%, and our mining system becomes more streamlined as personnel and equipment flows increases. Several incidents of Phazon-induced madness have been reported, prompting augmented life support regulations in the deeper chambers. Symptoms include loss of equilibrium, erratic respiration, muscle spasms, and in most extreme cases, hallucinations. A timeline reassessment for the refinery operation is recommended as the material proves more unstable than initial analysis indicated. So it basically causes you to go crazy. Space Pirate data decoded. We have codified the newfound energy source as Phazon, a V-index mutagen, which we have very little reliable data. Indications point to a meteor of unknown origin expelling Phazon into the environment. This material appears to possess the power to mutate organic life forms and sufficiency to withstand its poison. These mutations appear promising, with abrupt evolutionary leaps appearing in single-generation reproduction. Plans to establish a full science team in Town 4 are being finalized. Alright. I love how they structured the way this this story is told. It's like one of my favorite parts of Breath of the Wild was getting the memories, but there's only 12 of them, I think. But the lore drops here. Like if you like lore, and you like piecing things together as you go and discovering what happened in certain areas, play Metroid Prime 4. Oh, sorry, not Metroid Prime 4. Play Metroid Prime 2 and 3 and 1. Here we go. Research Outpost Glacier 1 in the Phendrana Drifts region of Talon Forest Mountainous is operating at 85% capacity. Sub-zero temperatures have made the Metroids sluggish and easy to control, even those well into Phazon infusion cycles. Cold containment stasis tanks are sufficient for the juveniles, but some of the larger Metroids have been moved to quarantine caves for safety purposes. Security doors remain an issue, as malfunctions due to ice occur every day. Large predators in the wastes are also a concern as they continue to kill personnel and breach secure areas. Unfortunately, it has become clear that our containment teams cannot neutralize all of them without vast increases to munitions and soldiers. Seek the Sky. How's it going? But yeah, this, as I said it before, I think I said it in the first episode, was this manner of storytelling, really lends it well to complementing gameplay. You know, there's so many games out there that the story and the gameplay, they don't have to have that kind of relationship. The story is part of the experience of a game, but, you know, working in elements of a story that affect the gameplay, I think is a great way to increase the overall gaming experience. And there's many ways you can do it, like mechanical storytelling, where time game, like, the biggest example I can think of is in Final Fantasy VII. Once Aerith dies, her like blank spot is just forever seen in the in the menu when looking at your party. So you're constantly remembered of that story beat, and of course you don't have her anymore in your and any of her abilities. Like, that's a simple way of like mechanical storytelling. Or like something happens, like this happens all the time in Metroid games, and it's a little contrived in Metroid games. That's you gotta be wary of the contrivance of these things. But when Samus always loses her powers at the beginning of a Metroid game, you know, some games it's more explainable than others. Like in this game, it's just like, it's okay. Other games, like in Other M, it's super contrived because Adam basically tells her not to use her powers. I think it was pointed out by one of you guys that Metroid Fusion has the Samus's loss of power story beat make the most sense because she got attacked by the X-Parasite. That's less contrived and more believable. But again, it affects the story, affects the gameplay, and that's kind of what I'm getting at here. And the way that the lore is interspersed throughout the game world lends itself well to the kind of exploration and sense of discovery of the gameplay. Hey, Vivian. How's it going? See, this guy says, Metroid Prime 2 is a lot better as the gear gets stolen by the Ing. Yes, that's a good point. Yep, it's not just like she gets exploded or something like that. The Ing literally, like, steal it from her. Viviana. Did I say it wrong? Scans of the spiral sector detected a massive energy spike emanating from the Wanderer-class planet identified as Talon 4, a Wanderer-class planet. That's an interesting, identification. The word planet means wanderer. Anyway, that's sorry. Just a side note. Scout reconnaissance was immediately dispatched to the center of the spike and a land mass as at heading mark 400802, returning with planetary samples and atmospheric imaging. Analysis shows the energy source to be an unstable radioactive material of enormous potential. We are unable to form an accurate risk assessment at this time, but we are unlikely to find the energy source this powerful again. Analysis will continue, but currently Talon 4 appears to be a viable secondary headquarters. Yeah. Again, the intentional placement of out-of-order lore drops. Right, that should have been the first lore drop if you're gonna read it sequentially, but it's not. Phazon mining is underway. Several garrisons have been established, and terraforming of the Chozo ruins is underway. Security systems are operational, and science team continues to make progress in their biotech research. The Vendrena drifts have proven to be an optimal location for research headquarters, and soon will be joined by a fully operational combat base and starport. If Command's predictions are half true, we shall rise to dominance in the sector within a decacycle. Truly, these are glorious times. See, this guy says, imagine how horrific a fusion of X-Parasite and Ing. Wouldn't that be a nightmare? That would be a nightmare. I like the Ing as enemies. Yeah, man, Metroid Prime 2, that was a fun game. That was a fun playthrough. That was my first playthrough. My first stream. And you guys were there for me. As I struggled to find my way. You're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. Secret Sky says, and wouldn't it be much better if Samus's loss of her abilities in Prime 1 was due to Space Pirate getting the drop on her with a virus bullet? Maybe Weevil from the Hunters would do it? Yeah. That could do it. The explosion of the frigate, I think, it's meh. It's alright, I guess. There's a bomb slot. Oh yeah. Sorry, again, sorry, the latency. You guys weren't here for it, but I had the latency down really low for a PAL World. And then I started the stream this morning and I forgot to check ultra low latency, and I can't change it now without stopping the stream. Yeah. So sorry, you're gonna have to pull up with the delay. But as I said, I know this game much better than I know the other two primes. So hopefully we won't run into any of that. PAL World's going well. I haven't gotten the main story down yet, but I think I'm just gonna power through and get the main story down. I caught a rare drop yesterday from a meteorite. And you guys will appreciate this. I am going to move PAL World to the 2-day slot. You know, eventually. Maybe I'm probably gonna give it one more week of 3 days of PAL World, and then swap it over, because it's just a long game, so it doesn't make sense to keep it in the 3-day slot forever. I always love scanning these things. Billum. Twin Tabula. Do we see any of these other planets? Planet Talon 4. Ecosystem studies indicate that Talon 4 was a biological paradise prior to the impact of extraterrestrial object. What remains of the biosphere is slowly fading due to exposure to Phazon radiation. At current rate of decay, Talon 4 will be a barren class 13 wasteland in approximately 25 years. 2.5 decacycles, according to space pirates. Planet's crust is primarily earthretic ore, making it ideal for subterranean construction. A class... Oh, I forgot to... Planet Zebes is inhospitable to most bioforms. The world was considered unremarkable until it became a base for space pirate forces. You never played Metroid Prime, Vivian? Oh, man. Are you familiar at all with the Metroid series? The game froze. Oh no. Wait. Did it just crash, or is something to happen? Hmm. Alright, well, hang on. This happened before. Give it a second. You guys can still hear me, right? The stream's not still frozen, I think. I think we're still good on the stream. It's just the... Yes, force stop. We gotta force stop this. Shut it all down. Alright, hang on. It's coming back. I'll bring it back up. That's the danger of playing with, yeah, yeah, working. That's the danger of playing with emulation and modded games. Oh dear. We're having some issues now with getting it up and running. I might have to change the way. All right, I think it's rebooting. That's the second crash I had. Yeah, it's not too big of a deal. I do have to repeat some of the process, but it's okay. I'll get to where I need to go fast. I won't stop to read all the lore again. Of course, I gotta reconfigure my controls here. Sorry, I'm recalibrating. Okay. For some, I don't know what triggered that, but if it happens again, there are some other things I can do to fix that. It's okay. Didn't end didn't end the stream itself. All right, here we go. Time to speed run this. Let's see how quickly I can make it back there. Charge shot, missile combo. I gotta do this again. I do love the Space Pirate designs. Yeah. Gonna get the map. Speedrun strats. If we freeze again when we pick up, oh man, I forget what is that item? Is it the thermal visor? I think it's the thermal visor. If that happens again, I can mess with some settings. I know the setting I need to mess with, so it won't take long, but it will be annoying to have to do this again. Where are they? Oh, look at the missile! Look at look at the missile! Oh, that's cool. Oh, it phased out. I've never seen that before. You guys still there? You didn't all leave on me? Alright. Now let's quickly pick up the lore and get out of here. Alright. Yeah, I think you mentioned earlier, New Game Plus, the vertical doors are not seen in any other area of the game. There's only a couple of them, I think. It also gives you that extra, like, boost when you jump, so you can actually make it through it. Alright. There we go. Easy peasy. Just want to make sure I can be heard here. Oh, did my... Okay, good. I thought my mic wasn't coming through. Alright, now we're back where we need to be. Let's pick up the scans. Do. Music kicks in. Some nice puzzle solving music. Alright, here we go. Alright, gotta do this. My boost ball. Excuse me. Alright, there it is. Hopefully that does not cause me to glitch out again. I'm surprised they don't have... Do they have SRX 388 here? No, I don't think they do. So technically Samus has not been there yet, because this game takes place between, yeah, Metroid 1 and 2. It's crazy how much time they fit in between the two games. Or how many stories they fit in. Alright, here we go. Super missile, okay. Oh, look at that. If I just saved, I could have avoided this whole thing. Guess I don't know this game as well as I thought. Zebus was the side of... Yes, Zebus was the side of Metroid 1. But SRX 388 was the side of Metroid 2. That's the Metroid homeworld. Or where the Metroids were created by the Chozo, right? Yeah. Man, if I had just turned around and saved, I could have saved everybody 5 minutes. Alright, now I gotta figure out for real this time how to... how to change weapons. How did I do it last time? Shoot. This is gonna be a problem if I can't figure this out. I did it last time, somehow. I know it's... Okay, hang on. So scanning... The scan visor is just... I bring up that. And I can scan. Hang on, I gotta look at the controls. Alright, controller says... beam menu... Shoulder R. Okay. It's not working. I did it last time. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, there. Okay. Alright. There we go. Now how do I get back to the... Okay, yeah. Got it. Alright, we're good. We're good, everyone. Now I can... Oops. Dang it. Alright, here we go. Okay, I'm getting it down now. Just gotta hold the R button. And hit the D-pad. Control tower. Ah, yes, I remember this spot. This is where you first encounter the flying. Here we can give them a little taste of super missiles. I do really like the functionality that, again, it's a simple, small thing, but when you charge your beam, you like attract the power-ups to you. I know that's in many Metroid games, but it's just like a nice little quality of life thing when things get a little hectic. Okay, now I'm pretty sure I'm able to do this. Can I... What is the skip? What's the skip? I can... Did I accidentally blow up the thing I needed to? There's a way to... Morning, Tim. There's a way to skip this. Like, to get the thing early. I did it once. Okay, maybe we'll do it on the way back, because I know I have to come back this way. Yeah, these are... There's a way to kind of shoot over that. Or maybe they fixed it for the Prime trilogy. Whatever. Here it is. A Metroid. I want to know what the inspiration was for the design of these guys. You're camping right now? Please tell me you have headphones on. Or is it you and your entire family? I never scanned those guys. There's some more pirate lore. Space pirate, yes to both. Initial transfer of Metroids to Talon 4 research facilities has been completed. Three were terminated in an incident at the landing site, but the others were pacified and transported safely. Initial Phazon and fusion testing is underway. We're eager to observe the effects of Phazon on Metroids, especially their ability to absorb and process the energy given off by Phazon sources. Early research suggests considerable growth in power and size. Whether the creatures stay stable thereafter remains to be seen. Okay, the reconstruction of the Geoform 187, codename Ridley, was recently completed. After his defeat on Zebus, Command ordered a number of metagenic improvements for him. Though aggressive, we were able to implement these changes in a cycle. The metamorphosis was painful, but quite successful in the end. Early tests indicated drastic increase in strength, mobility, and defensive capability. Cybernetic modules and armor plating have been added. As well, we believe our creation is now called Meta Ridley. Will become the mainstay of our security force, a job he will now certainly relish. Wasn't he the leader? He's supposed to be the leader of the space pirates, or he was. Now he's just kind of like a character. Headphones and camping. Okay, good. I always get self-conscious when members of my family... Not you, Tim. More pirate data. Confidence is high regarding the Phazon applications. We know enough about Phazon now to begin combining it with space pirate DNA. The code name for this venture will be Project Helix. Preliminary studies indicate that Phazon infusion could produce radical new pirate genomes. Benevolent mutation levels are high. In current subjects, Phazon madness is a concern, but refinements in the infusion process should reduce or neutralize the odds of mental degradation. So yeah, the space pirates are more like the Lemorn are more like the space pirates than they are like the Chozo. I'm gonna say that right now. The Lemorn were basically trying to do the same thing with the green energy like the space pirates are trying to do with Phazon. Except the space pirates were better at it, it seems, and knew enough not to like just immediately rain down on the planet all the Phazon that they could find. So our research teams have isolated the energy conduits that run from the invasive twin mandibles to the energy core and the creature's quadripartite nucleus, but the manner in which the Metroid actually extracts the life force from its prey remains an utter mystery. The victim does not lose blood or any other vital fluids, and yet the Metroid extracts energy. Identifying this energy is our central problem. It takes no physical form, and yet without it, the victim dies. We will continue to research this matter, as the isolation of this life-giving essence could be the key to our ascendance. Yeah, that's a cool plot hole they address. What exactly is the Metroid stealing from people? Sorry, did it say Ridley is now called Meta Ridley? Yes, it did say that. Space Pirate encrypted encoded. Studies of Metroid biology continue through with limited progress. It seems likely that we will be much more successful using the Metroids for our means rather than trying to reproduce their powers. If they could be adequately tamed, we would have no need of a proper understanding of their metabolism. A small force of disciplined Metroids could wipe out entire armies, and once we find a way to shield them from cold containment weapons, they will be invincible. Furthermore, if we could then harvest the energy they'd consumed, we would have a near limitless source of power at our disposal. So they want to harvest the space vampires and use their abilities. Coffee break. Okay, I hope I make it to Thardus this episode, because I put him in the I put him in the thumbnail, so I have to make it to him. Vertical doors. Ice bug. That's the official name. We're not going to read every single every single entry. That would take forever. I didn't mean to fall. How does the prefix meta make sense in this context? It sounds cool, Tim. That's all that matters. He's, I don't know. Ah, the scan visor. This is where I felt like I was a, the alien from the movie Predator, once you get the scan visor. A Yautja, if you will. So wait, meta usually means the prefix meta. So like metaphysics. What would that mean for the character if we applied that term literally? Or I guess not literally because it's meta. Someone put up the definition for the prefix meta. Okay, before I get that... Ugh, dang it. Alright, the game froze earlier, and I'm worried that it's going to freeze again. Okay, I think we're good. It froze when I get... It seems to freeze more when I get items. Oh great, now I gotta remember how to change my visor. Oh, there we go. Easy. Oh, that's right. These are the ones you can't see. They're the invisible ones. But we can still kind of see them. You can sort of see them. Not the best camouflage. Press and hold minus and point left. Is that thing ever gonna go away? Or is that there forever now? Well, I guess it's there forever now. Hang on, I'll get to a save point and then reload the game so we don't have this this notification telling me to do that forever. Yes, New Game Plus. I know. I just shot it. It's not an ice beam. That's one of the return points. Now, what is shooting me? Oh, that's right, these things. Those security drones. I mean, I get that these Metroids are tough, but when they say, like, in the lore how they could take out a whole army, you know, like a small squad of them, I mean, I guess that's like Samus's whole thing. Like, she's Samus, she's awesome. But, I don't know. Whole army seems like a bit much. Hang on, I'll read the definition in a second. Just gotta take out these guys. No! Dang it. Gotta get this, easy now. Easy. Can't see. Gently. Yeah. Okay, hang on. Meta. Tim says meta, an occurring later than or in succession to. Situated behind. Oh, I guess that one could make sense. You know, it's the next iteration. B, situated behind or beyond. C, later or more highly organized or specialized from. That's what the Merriam-Webster says in the definition of the prefix, which was new to me. Makes perfect sense. Yeah, it does, actually. Dang it. Now I feel like an idiot for making for making fun of that. Your last comment got duplicated. Guess we owe an apology to the writers of Metroid Prime. Sorry. Sorry, writers of Metroid Prime. Making our way out. This segment is the most like Metroid Prime 4, in that you go in and then you have to go all the way out again. But unlike Metroid Prime 4, there's that ice door that you have to go back to. I got him and didn't lock on. Okay, I think I might be able to do this now, because this did not get destroyed. I think that's what happened last time. There's a way I can get... Oh yeah, I can do it. I just gotta time it right. Dang it. Is that too late or too early? I don't know. Alright, we'll give it one more shot. I don't want to waste time. Okay, one more try, one more try. Yeah, okay, never mind. Alright, let's go. Trying to get some more ammo. Thermal visor on. So I just think that there was more... So even though I did say the combat was the best thing about Metroid Prime 4, something that the combat does better in this game and in the next games is it has more complexity to it, and that's due to, one, the enemy variety is much better in Metroid Prime 1, and I don't mean just like the numbers of different kinds of enemies. I mean enemies that you have to do different things to beat them in the most optimal way. Like in Metroid Prime 4, every enemy can be killed by any type of method you want. Whereas in this game, it's like some of these guys are invisible. Some, like later in the game, you have the different beam enemies that can appear in different combinations. You have different beams that you have to use, and then you have to switch back and forth. And you have different visors, so you have to switch visors to attack them. And there's different situations that can happen throughout the game based on the enemy combination. I feel like Metroid Prime 1 did that better than Prime 4. It's not perfect by any means, because again, I don't think the combat is the strongest part about Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime 1. But I do think that the enemy complexity, the complexity of the combat is better in Prime 1, 2, and 3 than it is in 4. That was on the top of my mind because when I was listening to the discussion on what made Halo 1 so great, they didn't say the word complexity, but essentially Halo 1, because of the way that the enemies were designed and the AI and the different weapons that you could pick up and the fact that you could only hold 2 weapons, that made it so that even though you played the game once and knew what was coming and where it was going, no encounter always plays out exactly the same way, which that's what you want. That's what gameplay complexity gives you. It really, really helps with replayability. Why couldn't I shoot? Can I not shoot a super missile when I'm... Oh, it's because I have this open. I thought I had... There we go. Boom. Alright, Tim. Thanks for hanging out from camping in Maine. I appreciate it. Gotta make time for what's important. Tuning into a live stream of someone playing video games while your family sleeps in the tent. Don't get any ticks. And again, the idea with complexity is not simply that the player has the option to go about an encounter the way they want. That is part of it, but rather it's almost impossible that the encounters will play out exactly the same way every time they play the game. That's kind of it as well. Like, given the situation, things change. Love it or hate it, that's what the in addition to making it so that it encouraged players to explore, the weapon durability system in in Breath of the Wild that everyone hated, or not everyone, but a lot of people hated, encouraged complexity because most of the time you didn't have the same weapon or weapon set every time you encountered different enemies, and it forced you to think which made each enemy encounter feel like a new experience rather than something repetitive. Like I was just hanging out in the ceiling. Oh, no more missiles. Got missile happy. But yeah, this section of the game feels a lot like Metroid Prime 4. You go in, find something, and then come all the way back out again. That was basically the level design for Metroid Prime 4. In every area. Oh, is this not working? Oh yeah, look at that. Power's out. Come on. How do I get my... Ugh. There we go. Sorry, controls are a little finicky still. There's like some overlap with the visor controls and the weapon controls. Time Mage, how's it going, man? I just wanted to see what would happen. Sorry, I don't know how long that was there for, before I looked over and saw it. Time Mage says, the funny thing about randomness in gaming is that it was born in America. A lot of people assume gaming started in Japan, but it actually began in Massachusetts, America. That's where the game Rogue was born, which has the first which was the first RNG in gaming. Wow, I did not know that. Really? What I mean, I've heard of Rogue. Where in Massachusetts? That's, you know, as we discussed earlier, that's where I'm from. So now you've piqued my curiosity. Also, how was the what did they use the RNG for? Oh. Silly me. That's a cool factoid. The door has no power. It's nice that they allow you to do that, even though you can't see it. And here I am, forgetting where each of the different nodes are. Looks like I don't remember everything about this game. Probably should not have fallen down. It was the Dunstable or Worcester or something. One of the local counties, not in the city. Interesting. Oh, cool. What company was it that made Rogue? And I assume that birthed the term rogue-like games, right? Games that were like Rogue. The RNG makes perfect sense now. Alright. Where are these? Oh. Did I not need to do that? Yeah, okay. There's only one node. Silly me. Oh, here we go. Yes. Alright. Boss battle time. Trying to think. We'll turn off the chat for this because it's more cinematic. I love how it roars at you. Even though it doesn't have a mouth. Thardus, an animated sentient creature of stone charged with Phazon radiation. The Phazon radiation given off by Thardus negates auto-targeting systems, preventing lock-on. It may be possible to acquire alternative targets from a different visor. The chaotic nature of Phazon irradiation leads to instability of its structural integrity. Thardus can encase targets in ice, and its colossal size and strength make it a formidable opponent. Sir, that is a rock. No, it's Grisnak. Remember, in Galaxy Quest? I only have 17 missiles, so I don't want to waste them. Ow. It's hard to avoid that because I can't sidestep it. That's another like thing in games. It's like in boss battles, what is the reason for them to give you drops of like health and things like that? Is it just like pots on the side like in Zelda games, or are you destroying bits of things that the boss throws at you? Sometimes those make more or less sense depending on the boss. I feel like in this, you know, usually in Metroid games, you have to destroy what the boss throws at you or something like that. Just little things to think about. I forgot it did that. Just randomly shoots lightning at you. 2 missiles to rely on charge beam work here. I don't know if I can hit them while he's rolling, but... No more missiles. Oops, should have shot those. He's not happy. He's gonna do lightning strike again. I don't know if I can actually hit it like that. Missiles. Thardus Defeated. I love that. The little rock. That's right. Ah, classic boss. And we get the everyone's favorite spider ball. How does the rock so... I know. Yeah, that attack kind of makes no sense. There's a lot of things about Thardus that don't really make sense. I don't know if in the I don't think they changed anything in the remaster, but you know, it's supposed to be like it's an organic life form that I guess has the appearance of a rock, and somehow magnetically keeps all the rocks together. So it has to have lungs if it's gonna make noises and roar at you. But yeah, it shooting lightning doesn't really make a lot of sense. Got the grapple thing over there. Boosted my way. Yeah, speedrunners, as soon as they get the boost ball, that's like all you see. Magmoor Caverns. Forget what's over here. Is it just a... I need an ice. Ice, baby. But science. Well, grabbing the lightning is it? They can science that away, that one away. Okay, maybe it's like because Thardus can create. He obviously has to be able to create some sort of magnetic field, right? So maybe magnets. Magnets is what creates the lightning. I'm sure there's a way to... Maybe it's... Oh, it's static. Maybe it's static electricity. Or something. The cold makes a lot of sense. Yes, it does. Alright, what do we got here? Oh, yeah, this area. I don't know how much time we have to play. Dang it. Broke my lock. I love the hyper, not the hyper beam, the electric upgrade for this weapon. It just like completely shocks them and holds them in place. Okay, yeah, I think now's a good time to call it. I'm approaching that time of gotta end the stream. Alright, we met our goal today of beating Thardus. We're making our way through one of the greatest games of all time. I will stick to that description of Metroid Prime. Yeah, tomorrow, more Metroid Prime. I fully plan on streaming tomorrow, but tonight I'm going to be on the Backlog Battler, so Carl's show. I'll put a link in the Discord, so if you want to check that out, we're going to go over some gaming news and things like that. That's what we do. I've been on his podcast twice now, I think, so this will be my third time. But yeah, we're going to go over the gaming news and have some discussion on that, so if you want to hop in for that, that'll be at 8 p.m. Central Time. And yeah, I'll post the link to it in the Discord. So if you're new, check out the Discord. The link's in the description of the video. Like and subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate that greatly. If you're viewing in from any of the other places, Twitch, Kick, Rumble, or X, thank you for viewing. Please like, comment, subscribe, whatever, all that fun stuff. It'll really help me out and encourage me. But yeah, Time Age, thanks for hanging out from Rumble. It's good to see you again. Tim, New Game Plus, Seek the Sky, as always. You guys have been here since the beginning, and you will have successfully sat through Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 with me. So, not 4, though. Anyway, have a great Thursday, everybody, and I will see you all tomorrow.